Hey, y'all. Happy, what's today? Why am I lost with today? It's Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Hold on one second. My back screens is acting up. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Glad to see y'all in the building. Glad y'all came to hang out with me. Nice to see y'all. Happy Tuesday. Listen, guys, tonight is ladies' night. It's ladies' night. Come on now. Come on in the building. Hit the like button and let's get ready because it's ladies' night. And we got some stuff to talk about. I just heard Diddy is still getting sued. Good gosh almighty. He gonna have to get an apartment next to the courthouse. He gonna have to get an apartment, just sleep there, wake up, go to his Starbucks and meet the judge and the jury all up in the courtroom because he gonna have to live in there. Back to back cases is going to be a Diddy. But this is ladies' night. So we got something different to talk about tonight. Yeah, Porsha Williams. Porsha was married to Simon Guobadia. He said 543 days. That's what he said. Not even 2 years. And she's fighting to stay in this mansion. I promise y'all, if you learn no other lesson from me, learn this. Leave that material stuff behind. She's fighting to film Roa in this mansion, and he's fighting her tooth and nail not to film in there. And now her job is in jeopardy over housing. Last time she got divorced, she moved back in with her mama. Now, who wants to repeat the same thing over again? But guess what? I would have to do a repeat. A repeat, or I will go buy myself a condo. Do you really need this mega mansion? Do you want it? With all the bad memories, the lies, and all kind of other stuff up in there? He on the Instagram, and listen, who knew Simon is for the streets? He on the Instagram talking about, does anybody care about kids that are homeless? He's saying his kids are homeless. Because Porsha fighting him over this mansion. He wants to know, do y'all care? His kids are homeless. Porsha has one baby, Pilar, PJ. She got a baby daddy that got a little bit of money. She allegedly has her own money. I'll let him have that mansion, and I'll tell the judge, give me what you want to give me from it. This man is impeding my work. He's trying to block my check because I need to film in my home. Oh my God, I'm so glad you got the notification. Thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. So you know, she fighting. And I'm like, girl, let it go. What's the song from Frozen? Let it go. Let it go, girlfriend. Because by the time you finish fighting with him, going back and forth with the lawyers and this and that, that's your down payment on a condo. We're going to talk about Porsha Williams. Then we got to talk about Kelly Rowland. When Kelly walked out of, what was it, Good Morning America? Y'all get so sensitive when it's your fave. Oh, she's a nice person. If the fitting room wasn't right, you know, If the fitting room, you know, she had a reason to leave. They said she at the film festival, pointing her finger and going off at the security. Bunny says you think she tired of disrespect? Well, listen, because you've been quiet for years and you've been allowing people to disrespect you, is no need now to outlash at everybody. You're a professional. Handle it better. You got to handle it better. It's like the Roger Bonds. You mad now because you sat and worked for Diddy for 10 years. He disrespected you just like he disrespected everybody else. And now you want to cry about it. Talking about, oh, I seen Diddy put his hands on Kim Porter and Cassie. And you telling us now why? Because Kim Porter's gone and Cassie suffered years of alleged abuse. So you talking in everybody's camera now, you got to give me more of a reason why. I believed it when Cassie put it on paper back in November 2023. I don't need you after the lady stood up and was bold enough to say something. Now we need you to say something. Go sit down, Roger Bonds. And he out here cursing out the fans and all that. No, be mad at yourself. You the one stayed 10 years on the job and didn't have no pension, no 401k, and didn't even get paid the hours that you worked for 10 years. Who the fool? Not us. You. We're going to talk. It's ladies' night. Honey, didn't listen. Y'all know I don't do the politics like that, but this Jasmine Crockett, we're going to talk about it. You know, unfortunately, in 2024, racism still exists. It's very sad. I don't know what the resolution is. How do we resolve it? Not quite sure, but it exists. And this girlfriend, she spoke up in real time. She didn't wait till she was 90, 100 and say, oh, back when I was, in Congress and this, that, and I was a political figure, this happened. No, girlfriend spoke up in real time. She said, I ain't having it. She said, y'all play too much. Y'all playing games. And I'm not the one. Shout out to Jasmine Crockett for telling the people, no, you're going to do better on my watch. Yes, she did. She shut it down in real time. Oh, God. That's so sad. I hear you, Brown Eyes. Very sad. Child, she said bleach blonde, bad built, butch body, all the B's. She said B. Good gosh almighty. Just blatant. It's a whole hot mess. But you know what, though? Give it up because she spoke up in real time. Hashtag Jasmine Crockett. The only way you want to make a change is if you do it in real time. Be willing to stand up. Speak up. And show up when you need to. It's ladies' night. Are y'all ready? And you know what? I haven't said it in a long time, but I got to remind the people, catch the train. Don't catch feelings. We know none of these people. I don't dislike any of them. It's a subject, and I'm discussing the subject, and I'm telling you my thoughts on the subject. I ain't never told you I'm the authority on it. It's my thoughts. This is what we're here for. We're here to have chit-chat. We're here to talk about our thoughts. We're not here to attack each other in the chat, and we're not here to attack the panel. So if you're going to catch feelings, you see a subject and you think you're going to catch feelings, tap out. Tap out. And I do have on clothes. I don't know why it's looking like I got nothing on here, but I got on clothes. But tap out. If it's a subject that's going to be too much for you, tap out. But we're going to talk about it because we got to talk. And I know y'all going to get emotional, but I got to talk about your beloved Kelly Rowland. I said where there's smoke, there's fire. And I think she a little messy. She a diva. She a diva. Y'all don't want to recognize it. I guess just 3 strikes you out. Y'all going to wait till she does the next thing. Y'all wait till y'all see a couple more things, or y'all gotta wait till y'all see the physical video. Kelly is messy. Hit that like button, people. Thank you. I see it in the chat. Y'all know what I need. I need a what? I need a Choo choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Tuesday night trending topics, and it's ladies' night. It's Porsha Williams holding on to things. She'd rather almost lose her job just so she could film in a mansion. Girl, I would have a rower filming me in a coffee shop, looking for my condo, my studio apartment, showing y'all how my poor Pilar, my little baby girl, is displaced because my estranged husband is acting a fool. And I asked the judge, give me my money. And then we got, Kelly, and we got Jasmine Crockett. We got stuff to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and load this train up and bring the people on in the building. Hey, Leo.
Hey, Diva. Choo, choo, choo.
Choo, 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 in my opinion. Hey, Savannah. Hey, E. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Julius.
Choo, choo,
hey,
choo.
Choo, choo. Come on now. Let's come on in the building.
Choo, 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 choo.
So let's go. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started. You know who we're going to get started? We're going to get started with Porsha. Because I'm very serious when I tell y'all, stop being connected to things. I promise you that. Stop being connected to things. She's trying to hold on to this mansion for dear life. And little did she know, she got a petty Betty husband or estranged husband who's going to try to block, stop her, and do everything he can because he messed up by signing that prenup. And now he mad at himself. He posting every single day on that Instagram, but she taught him how to do it. Yes, she did. She taught him well. He posting every day, talking about his kids are homeless. Does anybody care? And he done went to the court and named Truly Entertainment. Bravo. He probably got Andy Cohen name in there. He said, don't film in my mansion, period. That's what he's telling the people. So Porsha Williams files emergency order demanding permission to film Roa in Simon Gubadia's mansion. Girl. Porsha is desperate for the court to allow her to film Real Housewives of Atlanta inside the marital residence she shared with her estranged husband, Simon Gubadia. Filing an emergency order permitting her to do just that. In documents obtained by RadarOnline.com, the Bravo star said having the ability to film her day-to-day life, including inside the mansion, is vital to her ability to sustain her income in her employment. So Bravo gave her a big fat check because they thought at the time they was going to have the fabulous life of Porsha Gubadia and her husband Simon Gubadia up in the mansion. That's what they thought. They thought they was going to have that fabulous life for her, her family, the Blender family up in the mansion. And boom, before the cameras went up, they found out he's a fraud, allegedly, and they were getting a divorce. And so they said, okay, we still want you. You still got a story to tell. But now they're finding out that we can't even film you in that beautiful mansion. They're ready to give her the boot. As this outlet reported, Porsha was awarded possession and sole exclusive use of their marital residence last month, telling her she'd be free to use the marital residence as she pleases, including for filming and production purposes. But Simon's legal team came back swinging, demanding the court stay silent on the issue of taping in the house, causing issues for Roa production. He not playing. Yeah, he got his foot in the game. He ain't no joke, okay? So she claims Simon's sole purpose in prohibiting her from filming inside the home is to shed one party from disclosing sensitive, private, or personal information about the other party. There's no logical or rational reason as to why husband now seeks to prohibit wife from filming at the marital residence, other than in an attempt to retaliate against wife and intentionally restrict her ability to earn a living and expand her career. Porsha charged in her emergency order dated May 20th. Porsha stated that given Simon's aggressive behavior of dragging the reality show and truly original production, the production company behind Rowland, into the legal mess. They have advised her they will not proceed with filming Wife, which directly impacts and impedes the ability to make a successful return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She need him to knock it off. And that's he wants to force her out of the house. And so he's coming out of pockets. We always said, you want to get the people, hit their pockets. According to Porsha, Simon's sole purpose in preventing her from filming inside the home is to shed one party from disclosing sensitive, private, or personal information about the other party. She claims she made it clear that she would not film areas that are personal to husband or areas that may contain information personal to husband, including his bathroom, closet, office, etc., in an attempt to resolve the matter, but Simon isn't budging. He ain't moving. He want her out. To prevent Wife from filming her day-to-day activities and lifestyle in the residence to which she has exclusive possession, use, and occupancy is neither reasonable nor fair to Wife, as it is essentially restricts her ability to earn a living and impedes her ability to provide a realistic view into her life, which is necessary and vital to be a successful reality TV personality, Porsha charged. She says not being able to film inside a marital home impedes her ability to fulfill her duties as a Real Housewife cast member. Porsha is demanding the court allow her to film or produce television, film, or social media or other visual content in or around the marital residence and stat before they revoke her peach. RadioOnline.com already told you sources share that production for Rowland season 16 will be starting this month. Porsha filed for divorce from Simon in February after just 15 months of marriage. They are locked in a bitter legal war over their prenuptial agreement. Honestly, if I had the earner potential, the money, the resources, I would just go buy me a condo, move out, and be done with this guy because he's petty. Leo, your thoughts?
I totally agree, Diva. I will wash my hands with this petty Betty. I will wash my hands of him because what I won't let you do is stop me from earning my living that I need to do to take care of my baby. I'm not going to do that. I won't engage in this. Once the court said I could and then you came back with your court order, then boom, I'm going to start making moves. I don't know if it's going to be a condo or either I'm going to have them filming me outside the residence, packing up my stuff, leaving, and taking my stuff back to the house where my mama stay at, but it's my house.
Come on now.
I mean, it's still the same thing. That's what I would do. I would show the renovations I will be making on my house since this is where I'm getting ready to be because I'm tired of dealing with these fools. I would do the whole thing and just get it filmed. I would film the interactions with me and Simon on the phone. With him cutting up, he will always be on speakerphone. I would give them all the material that they wanted right there in my home, me making my life and getting my whole life together and bump him. How you gonna let one fool stop the show? He's not but a fool. Play him like a fool.
Yeah.
Play him like a fool.
Stop about to stop your check? No, honey, y'all better film me at the realtor's office.
No, that's it. I would let them film me with my stuff on the lawn and the two men and a mover picker, people picking up my stuff. I will get the show started. Okay.
Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. In my opinion, you're right.
While I do agree with y'all, here's the thing. First of all, I'm not gonna let nobody boss me around either. So I would stand up for what is right, what is due to me, what is owed to me. He wrote up that prenup. Whether he have buyer's remorse or not, he wrote it up. She signed it. The court said they was going to put it in place. I don't feel like he should have a right to keep coming back and putting her life in turmoil because he wants to. And I don't feel like she should have to incur another debt to get a condo. In that case, then make him pay for her another condo then.
I hear you. I hear you. Thank you. In my opinion, Felicia, you're up.
Good evening, everybody. You know I'm going to take a pass on this one, Diva. I don't
Oh,
watch this show. Okay.
no problem. You're up.
You know, Portia is desperate for a job which she was not very good at when she had it. She had renegotiated this fabulous contract under the pretense she was married, rich, and lived a harmonious lifestyle behind the gates. Hashtag love wins. Remember that? So when Fallon was divorcing Simon, Portia said we didn't understand what was really going on. She said Simon was not the villain. Now, fast forward 423 days, Simon is everything Fallon said he was and more. But you schemed, plotted, and you were sending thirst traps to his DM while he was still married. Okay, and that's what he said. It's not something I'm making up. He said that on her Hood Family Matters. So they need to demote Portia and make her a friend of the show because she cannot give us an authentic storyline. She cannot showcase her divorce. In my opinion, she's just like P. Diddy. She can't talk about it. She can't say his name. She can't film in the house. So what else do you have going on? If they bring her on full time, her storyline is going to be fraudulent, over the top, and divisive. We've seen it before. Everything is going to be Kenya's fault. Somehow they're going to spin that. That's because they're anchoring Kenya and Portia as being the two heads of the show. So they're going to break it up into teams like they always do. Team Portia and Team Kenya, get the people all in their feelings, and then we'll be arguing over Team Twirl and then Team what's the skis or sheets? Team skis or sheets. So, she's going to do her entire woe it's me routine, and it's really time for Portia to grow up. I'm not saying that Simon is of moral character, but again, he didn't have great character when you took him from the wife he had before, when you borrowed him, because he really strays don't belong to anybody. But you had your time on the spinning wheel, and I don't want to see anything about Portia finds a new house. We've seen that before. We saw Sheree's kids sleeping on the air mattress. We've seen Sheree build the chateau for years. We saw Kenya build her house. Marlo started her house and it never was finished. I don't want to see anything with Portia trying to find a new house. She did that before with Cordell when she had to move in with her mother. Demote this girl, make her a friend of the show, or take her off completely. Cancel that contract. She signed it under false pretenses. She cannot give you what she promised at the time of signing. So it's void.
Well, there you have it, people. I appreciate you, E. Savannah, you're up.
Well, the perfect storyline would be for her to move into Kim and Croy's house. Isn't that home available? I say hashtag save the mansion. I think, this is Portia being Portia. She didn't have an issue when taking all these trips around the world and being draped in diamonds, having 4 weddings, all on Simon's point. So I'm don't think I'm going to be watching this season. They're not showing me anything that would attract me to spend some time on the show. So unless she goes and moves into Kim and Corey's house, I'm not going to be watching. So this is typical Portia. I agree. She should go back and move in with her mom, or that's her house. She gifted it to her mom. This is just a way to keep him engaged. And Simon is the ultimate narcissist. I really think he wants to be on some reality show.
Yeah.
And he's going to go back and forth with her as long as she allows him. So hashtag save the mansion.
And that's why I would let him go. I would be done. Katrina, you're up.
I really believe Simon and Portia is playing in our faces. I really don't believe they're getting a divorce. Because the way you get a divorce, you don't want to be attached to anything. You want this mansion. You want something that God can take in one breath and blow away. Folks need to stop worried about materialistic things and worry about things that's important to you, like family and all that type of stuff. All the materialistic stuff is not going to save you. It might make you happy for the moment, but you're not happy now because you're fighting for a house that the man won't get out of. So why put yourself through that situation? Just get something like people were saying she should stay in the house, she should fight and whatsoever. I'm not going to fight for something and put myself through all that stress for a man that don't want me to have it. He's going to do whatever he got to do so I won't be in it. I wouldn't want to stay in it because ain't no telling what he would put in there to booby trap me or something. He can have his mansion and I'll go on my way. And I will film and do what I got to do to make my money because he would not be making money off of me. Because like you said, he just want to be on television and he's using that as a way to be there. So I will wash my hands of it and let it go. Because that's another house. That's one mansion you got. You can go buy another. You had a mansion when you gave it to your mom. Well, it was a big house. It looked like a mansion to me. You had that. If you did it once, you can do it again. You did that by yourself. You worked all your jobs. You got it. Do it again. Let them loser go because he's trying to stay relevant because you're relevant. And that's it. That's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. Julius, you're up.
She's a snooze fest. She's narcissistic and everything is about her. So I'm a pass.
Okay. Tay, you're up.
All I said, Porsha, you need to do better. You need to focus on yourself and your career and your baby right there. Matter of fact, if I was Porsha, I'll have him and all the materials too. Because I don't want it. I just want to get my clothes, my food out of the refrigerator, and then get one car, and then call a day, and then I'll be done right here. And I'll clean my hand too for him too, Diva. That's all.
Well, don't forget the skeezer sheets.
Well, he can have the skeezer sheet too. I don't want it. Okay.
Simon is a clout chaser. Yes, he is. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and roll right into the next story. And the next story is Kelly Rowland. Now, they don't know exactly what went down, what she said. She's just caught, in a very emotional state, seeming like she's pointing her fingers. I think Kelly in these streets doing too much. This is the most I heard of Kelly in decades. And I don't know why we're hearing so much about her now. And it's not just hearing about her, it's hearing about her in a not so good light, which is crazy. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Let's go up. Hold on, I'm waiting for it to kind of pull up there. I don't know why my computer is acting up, taking a little time. So Kelly Rowland, heated estranged, okay, at the film festival, pops off on security guard. And it just doesn't look good. And I don't know if I like the blonde hair. Now, I love Kelly. I don't know if I like the blonde hair. So Kelly Rowland's not the life of the party at the film festival. In fact, the way she's waving her fingers seems she's downright pissed about something going on at the big glitzy event. The Destiny's Child alum was strolling in Tuesday for the premiere. Marcelo Meal rocking a striking blonde bob in a bold red dress, looking very celebratory. But photographers captured several less than thrilled looks on Kelly's face as she had a heated exchange with a security guard. Check it out. The staffers seem to be trying to calm the situation by reaching out towards Kelly's arm to guide her into the event and away from hundreds of onlookers. Yet after the female security guard uttered something to Kelly and company, Beyonce's Bessie turned and scolded, waving her finger in the woman's face. The exchange didn't end there, with Kelly continuing on with her reprimand as the guard looked back in distress. As for why things got so heated, it's hard to tell just from the photos. We reached out to Kelly's camp for some context, but no word back yet. This is the second incident concerning incident involving Kelly this year. Remember, the Grammy winner sparked controversy in February after she reportedly walked off the Today set after issues with her dressing room. So let's just be reminded of this situation.
Kelly Rowland's rep has broken her silence, kinda. Since the whole story came out that Kelly Rowland stormed off of the Today Show set because apparently her dressing room wasn't up to par, her longtime rep released a statement saying, after 28 years of knowing her, Kelly Rowland remains one of the kindest, most amiable humans I have ever met and have had the blessing to represent. She didn't address the dressing room scandal at all.
So did you call the rep?
Yes, crickets.
Okay, I'll call.
Here's the thing. In Hollywood, if there is a story about your client that is not true, you will say it is not true.
Hey, it's Harvey.
Of course.
Can you hear me? Oh, that is funny.
Wait, what'd she say? What'd she say?
Hello, hello, and she hung up. And now I bet she's not going to take it.
Now you're going to voicemail?
She didn't answer. It went to voicemail. Well, it seems to me the story's true.
I'm sorry, was there an issue with that?
Oh, she complained about the dressing room and
she
acted like a
left.
diva. Yeah.
Or just left because it wasn't up to par. I'm confused.
What everybody says is she is the
The
nicest
sweetest person in the world.
Totally true. But she had a clear diva moment.
Because she didn't want to be in a crappy dressing room.
Well, you book guests for our podcast all the time.
Yes.
If a guest came in, we don't have nice dressing rooms. You put them in a conference room, and they said, you know what? This is not up to my standards. Therefore, I'm leaving you high and dry. Too bad, because I don't like where I'm staying. We'd be pissed off.
No, I would say TMZ apologizes for the crappy accommodation.
No.
Sorry.
All right, so just a reminder what happened when she was on the Today Show and walked off. Kelly was supposed to co-host the morning show, only stayed for the 8 a.m. hour of the taping, abruptly leaving and forcing Rhea Ora to fill in for her. The drama continued when Kelly refused to address the issue on the news a day later, making a seriously awkward interview. She did express her love for Hoda. However, so the beef clearly wasn't that deep. Is Kelly a diva? Or they just happen to be catching her in some bad moments in 2024? Leo, your thoughts?
I really don't know the woman. I don't know if she's being a diva per se, but she might be stepping into her grown woman. Because she's not speaking herself on these issues, everybody get to people get to give their own narrative of what happened. As far as her doing whatever she did with the bodyguard or security or whomever that is, and she pointing her finger, yeah, it's a bad look. It's definitely a bad look. But I can't say on one hand, don't say anything, because we just said if you see something, say something. Well, obviously, where she didn't have the balls before to be able to speak up for herself, she's now actually doing it. And so maybe I don't have enough information to critique how she should do it. Because I remember when you did this story about her being on the Today Show, right, and walking off. And I'm not the one to be walking off no job. I'm getting ready to make my money. You know, I will compensate where I need to compensate. I really didn't feel like a small dressing room is a good enough reason to walk off a show. I did not support that at all. And now this has happened again. Perhaps I don't have enough information about what's going on with Kelly. Kelly might be just in her grown woman moment and just not putting up with the BS no more. She might be tired of it. She has been sipping all this time. She has been the sweet person. She's probably been run over a long time. And let's just say, and she's still a young woman. So she's been in the industry 25 years or something like that. I mean, if it took her 25 years to stand up, I mean, look, it ain't no better time than right now to stand up for yourself, even if you haven't done it before.
Okay.
Is she supposed to just keep getting walked all over and not say nothing? And then when she get 100 years old and she want to talk about how people was all stepping on her and she ain't never say nothing? Then when she do say something, everybody critiquing the way she does it. It's one thing, if you're not used to standing up for yourself, you're going to make a lot of mistakes when you're doing it until she's able to politely be able to get it right and understand she's being watched. And people create these whole narratives around her. If she's never done it, then she needs to figure out how to do it. And unfortunately, we all got to suffer watching her looking like an a-hole. until she figures it out, or either get the right people around her to do her dirty work for her. That's all. I don't know. That's all I got.
No, I got you. I got you. You're saying that Kelly was angry about the interview, not don't mention Bay, but Bay was mentioned. Well, she gotta, I mean, so she knows that they're gonna do that. So at what point does she figure out this is what they're gonna do? Let me figure out how to handle it and deal with it. Just my opinion. In my opinion, you're up.
First of all, I hate speculating when I don't have enough information. Just because y'all saw her point her finger don't mean she didn't have a good reason. What if somebody was trying to attack her and she was upset about it? Like, I just don't. I'm not finna fall up under the category of beat a black woman down and I don't know the story. I'm not finna do it. This entertainment industry, as we have found out, is sickening. Okay, and I'm tired of people saying, roll over and take it. Oh, you just got to do your job. Stay silent. No, the time for silence is over. Okay, we saw what silence got us. Silence got us a Diddy. Okay, silence got us a Jay-Z. The women need to be speaking up at all costs. So I don't know what she was speaking up for, but I hope she come on out and tell us what she was so upset about so we can rally behind her and be upset with her.
All right now. Okay, there you go. Boom. Felicia, you're up.
You know, I got a soft spot for Kelly.
Okay.
I do.
Uh-huh.
And I think that people are maybe not treating her with the respect that she should have gotten. She's been in this industry a long time, and she's been one that has carried herself with dignity and with class. I don't generally see her getting in front of a mic and just freaking out and saying whatever she feels like saying about others. She's usually, very much pulled together. So this is another minor incident. And like Opinion said, we really don't know what happened here. So let's wait again. Let's wait and let's see what it is. I'm done.
Thank you. I appreciate you. E, you're up.
Well, I want to piggyback off of the ladies, the wonderful ladies who came before me, because it is speculation. And the article read, it says she was pointing her finger as if she was pissed. They don't know why Kelly reacted that way. And when you read the article, it also said that the bodyguard leaned over and said something in Kelly's ear. Thus, she turned around, and I'm paraphrasing, went in and let have. A reasonable conclusion would be that this bodyguard says something inappropriate, offensive, or both.
Okay.
And like Leo said, Kelly is in her grown woman era and she is speaking out. And she's an Aquarius like me. Our fury can be lethal. And it becomes even more vicious the older we get. We have to keep the train on track. In the intro, the chat went up for Jasmine Crockett for calling that white woman bleach blonde and butch body. And I know we're going to get to that later. But the white woman said something slick and the black woman responded and the crowd went wild. And so we have the details here. The bodyguard says something to Kelly. Kelly turned around and she had to straighten it out. And so I don't see how it's any different. I feel like Kelly should be getting a standing ovation at this point. And it also said at the end of the article, this is the second incident this year. No, this is the second incident of her career, because it also it said in that same article, well, not in the article, on TMZ, I believe his name is Harvey. He said, oh, she's known as the nicest and sweetest and humbling person. Well, if she's known for being nice, she's known for being sweet and humble, give her the benefit of the doubt, because it's a lot of forces coming at black women in 2024. And Cat Williams isn't the only one that's going to stand on business. You hear? So I always think it's interesting when these types of stories are publicized, especially with Kelly, and it's an unfavorable incident, because it's always when she's interacting with people outside of the community, outside of the culture, and pushing the boundaries. And when Harvey said, if I call your publicist and they don't say that it's not true, then it is true. No, Kelly Rowland comes from the school of Beyonce, Giselle Knowles. And Beyonce never comments on anything. If she does it in the music. When she commented on that Jay-Z Solange and that in that elevator, she put it in the music. She never gave a comment. And so even if it is true, why would Kelly respond to it? Because like I believe it was Leo or it might be, and I can't remember. No matter what she says, it's not going to be good enough. People are going to take it and run with it, and people just have their minds made up anyway. So I don't think it's no need to apologize. Ain't no need for the publicist to speak. Kelly, just keep on doing your gig, girl. We support you over here on this train car. Choo choo.
Choo choo. Let me see, Miss Diva. Some info for you. 50 Cent's Diddy docuseries sold to Netflix at the bidding war. Shut the front door. That's interesting. I appreciate
I almost crushed my pearls, Diva. I thought you was getting ready to cuss. Almost.
Woo, woo, woo. Diddy is going down. This is a lot. Savannah, you're up.
Well, I hope it comes out this summer so we can have something great to watch this summer. You know how 50 produces his shows. It's going to be extremely interesting and binge-worthy to watch. In regards to Kelly Rowland, I mean, we all know that she's a strong woman. She's a confident woman. She can be assertive, because I recall her being on the I don't know, one of the singing shows, though, So You Think You Can Dance or whatever. I know she was a judge on one of these shows, and I recall her always being respectful, not talking over judges. She wasn't afraid to stand out and be a little outspoken. But that evening, when this late winter, when we had the story of her being on the Late Show, I think I was the only one that rode with you, Diva, in regards to Kelly's unprofessionalism for walking out. I think she is not or was not a stranger to the accommodations of the Rockefeller area, those old buildings that are in there, and NBC Studios being one of those old buildings. And she knows how small those dressing rooms could be. Just because it was Jennifer Lopez who was there promoting her project as a celebrity, and she arrived before Kelly. Her team was already set up. And they being Jennifer Lopez camp were more than professional. And because I read a little bit of the story, and then it turned into Savannah and Kelly had some words, or Kelly was upset because she asked her about B. So I'm not gonna I'm just gonna side-eye her, because this is the second one. It's so unlike Kelly, because she is one of the nicest celebrities out there. I've never heard any other stories about her besides these two this year. But in the energy that's in the air right now, we got to watch everybody. We're watching you all. Right. So we got to watch them, because if what are we going to say after the third incident? And you got to be people that are there as providing a customer service to us when we're needing them to be there. Like, and I don't know the full story, but she's gonna need she's gonna need their support in another project. So I'm just gonna side-eye her right now. But I still like Kelly. Just want to side-eye her.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Savannah. Katrina.
Okay, Savannah, hold on, Diva. So Savannah said she was the only one on the train with you. I was on the train with her too, Savannah. I was on the train with her too for the first incident. I'm kind of hanging off the train right now.
Being a strap hanger.
Okay. I apologize. I remember me and Diva. Okay, Miss Leo. So we had 3 on the cart. Got it.
Katrina, you're up.
Yeah, I also said it was unprofessional for her to walk out like that, because we was told it was about a dressing room. Then we get more information saying that she kept asking her about Beyonce country album whatsoever. And like you said, Diva, she should be prepared for that. But Kelly always plays second to Beyonce. So I figure if she's there trying to promote her stuff, she want to talk about her stuff. not Beyonce country album. So I can see her getting a little upset about that, or more upset about that, because I really don't think she left because of a dressing room. That just doesn't seem right. But we don't know the real truth because nobody really saying anything. And like the second thing with her pointing her finger, we don't know what the person said to her to make her point her finger or make her act that way. I mean, maybe she's a diva. She earned the right to be a diva. But the thing of it is, like I said, they always play her second to Beyonce. But hopefully she can get the stuff together. Maybe we'll find out what really happened. And, you just got to learn how to treat people, vice versa. So we'll just go from, well, we don't really know what happened, so we can't really say. But we'll find out some way. Somebody are going to spill the beans or anything like that. So we just have to go from that. That's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Julius, you're up.
This incident, I need more information. Because one thing I noticed is when we just talk on a picture and we don't know like what transpired, because we know Kelly to be mellow. Now I do understand her frustration with Vanna from the Today Show. Because Vanna, she's not that reliable, but she gave love to Hoda. And I noticed when she said that she gave love to Hoda. But Savannah, yeah, not so much. I think that's her name from the Today Show. But I want to know what made her pop off like this. Because this is like the first real time that I've seen her like bring out her inner Houston girl. Like, you ain't going to speak, like, you know what I'm saying? And usually she's all like pretty mellow, bubbly, and everything else. So I want to know exactly what happened.
Thank you, Julius. Tay, you're up.
I'm with Julie's too. I just want to know the more information was like, it probably be the husband or it not promoted her movie, because how many times y'all gonna ask her about Beyonce? I mean, get the girl a break, please. Yeah, just think about Kelly for once and stop asking about her Beyonce project, please. That's all, Diva.
Diva.
Yes.
Could you pull the pictures back up?
Okay.
If you can't, that's fine.
But what did you, now I'm gonna try to pull it back up. Okay.
Because me as a mom and also as a fellow Aquarius, when we point our finger like that, what I'm getting from that, because we can only speculate, didn't I just tell you not to do whatever that lady just did? That is a reiteration of something she said previously, and she lost her patience. I know that looked very well. I'm not mad at Kelly. Girl, I want you to look at the way that she's pointing her finger. That lady tried it, and she deserved everything she got. Probably needed some more. Look at Diva.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Built by Creators, thank you so much for the super chat. I've met Kelly and she is sweet as pie. All right, I hear you. Okay.
Because she's a diva.
Bunny saying we gotta watch the whole video and not just the little excerpts of the pictures that they took. All right, so Bunny is trying to say something happened on that red carpet that pissed her off, and that's why she lost it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're going to move on. And our next our topic is, politics. This is right up your alley. Yes. It is right up your alley. I'm trying to see which one do I want to play first. Let's see where I'm gonna go with this. I guess we'll go here first, and then I'll add some more to it. The girls went at it.
Democrats on this committee are employing Judge Merchan's daughter.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland. Is she a porn star?
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
He's advising who? What? Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about. I guess
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No,
what you're
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman,
That's beneath
would
even
you
your
please
history.
regain
That's
order
beneath
of your
you.
committee?
Order.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your
Move
feelings hurt?
her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are gonna move, and we're gonna take your words down.
I second that motion.
So who will have to pay? That Ms. Green agrees to strike her words.
I believe she's
Chair recognizes
apologized. No.
Perry, okay, hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Green
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then you're reserve the right to
your
object.
words. I am
Mr.
not
Perry.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the minority.
It's pretty self-evident.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not.
out of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I'd like to strike those words
lady's
as well.
I move to
I would
strike
like to
the
order.
lady's
As well.
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the
There's
words.
another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's the
control.
correct apology. Ms. Green, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
right.
my words,
That-
but I'm not
all right.
apologizing.
Without objection. Without
Not
objection.
apologizing.
21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's
It's me.
Ms. Crockett?
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's a
Hold on.
part
I'm
of the.
trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman,
I didn't-
motion to
I
strike
had no
those
idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
You
that.
just voted to do
Y'all did
it.
it first, so you
You
don't
just
want to
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get
Okay.
clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this
I
is
would
what
like
y'all
to get
do.
through
So
proceedings.
I'm trying
Hey,
to get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Ms.
games?
I can't
Crockett.
hear you with your
And
yelling.
You don't want
Calm
me to
down.
Be,
Can
no,
you please calm
don't
down?
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise
down.
and then
You're
can't
out of
take it.
control.
Because if
Look, Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send her
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a
Mr.
problem.
Chairman, Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
All right,
Sorry.
chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair.
Child, forget about the Zeus network. Follow the politics. Hold on 1 second. Because she did respond. I heard she did a whole trademark. Also, let me see. Is this the one I want to go to? Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm trying to bring up nope, that's not what I want to show. Hold on. Give me a minute. I hope my screen did not close out. Okay, this is it, I believe.
Ocasio-Cortez put a spotlight on the reality of what it is to be a woman of color, and particularly being a Black woman in professional spaces that are usually majority white. Marjorie Taylor Greene insulted the appearance and the intelligence of Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, one of her colleagues. It was a personal attack, an attack that had nothing to do with policy or even party affiliation. It was an attack that put Crockett in a position where she was forced to make a choice that many Black women have found themselves having to make. Either sit there and allow Greene to insult and humiliate her, or stand 10 toes down on business and clap back. And by the way, I should mention that the men in this Congress have not behaved well by any means. In the last year alone, we've seen shouting matches unfold and even an invitation to fight from leaders in this, the least productive House in history. But when it's women having a go, And particularly when a Black woman expresses any emotion, even in defense of herself, the attention tends to focus on her behavior, her qualifications, and her response to the provocation. And while that heated exchange has gotten a lot of play in recent days, it's important that we also show you this key moment from Congressman Crockett as well.
This idea of lacking all decorum, decency has left the building when the stench of Donald Trump showed up. And so we've seen constantly from him how he mocks people. We've seen in this committee how different members want to mock other members. And that's all this is about. If this was so important as it relates to whether or not the president of the United States has done something so wrong, then why is it that we couldn't have our hearing at 11 o'clock this morning instead of members being in a criminal courthouse with a twice impeached, over 88 count indicted sexual abuser, instead of being here to do the work of the American people if this was serious?
Joining me now is Representative Jasmine Crockett herself, a Democrat from Texas and the member of the House Oversight Committee. Good morning, Congresswoman. Bleach, blonde, bad built. Ma'am, we've been here before, and I feel like, what in the BBL Drizzy is going on in the halls of Congress?
Listen, I was so frustrated because we are always told that we are supposed to play within the systems and let the systems work. This is yet another example of when it comes down to seeking justice for someone that looks like me, it's like the system doesn't really know what that looks like. And so absolutely, she was what we call engaging in personalities, and therefore her words were to be stricken, and therefore she was to be kicked out of committee for the rest of the evening. But instead, that is not what the chairman did. And the idea that I should just sit there and pretend that I'm on the plantation and that we are not both duly elected members of Congress and I'm just supposed to take it, I did not lodge back with another personal attack against her. I asked for clarification and a hit dog collared.
You know, I am very aware that as a man, I occupy a particular privileged space in this conversation. And so I would like, in your own words, can you talk to our viewers about the nuance of what it is to be a woman of color, a Black woman in particular, in these sorts of spaces, and be faced with the dichotomy of choice around how you respond to an attack like that without necessarily having the emphasis being placed on your response, your professionalism, your lack of class, or whatever else people have said about how you chose to address your colleague in this manner?
You know, one of the great things about me and the space that I occupy is my district. I represent for Texas 30. I don't represent for anybody else. There's only one group of people that elect me, and my district is a very diverse district. My district has so many Black women, and beyond that, they have been so supportive. They have allowed me to be who I am. They encourage me to be who I am because I really am doing and experiencing things that so many other Black women are experiencing, but unfortunately, their stories aren't highlighted. And I also took this as an opportunity to, again, flex on MAGA and let them know that I will always be smarter than you. You can call me a DEI hire all you want to and lodge all the other insults that they continuously lodge against me. But she is no match for me when it comes to intellect. She just decided, oh, you know what? I've got privilege, so I'm just going to say whatever I want to say and then lean back. And that's exactly what she did. And she knew that she would face no consequences, or at least she thought she would face no consequences. I refuse to be somebody's doormat, and anybody suggesting that I should, I need you to look in the mirror and maybe check yourself if you believe that it's okay for her to say whatever she wants to say to me, and the role that I'm supposed to play is one that says, oh, okay, well, I know she didn't really mean it, or it wasn't really that bad, or it's more important that I just sit here and be docile. That's not who I'm going to be.
Congresswoman Crockett, really quickly, you sit on the House Oversight Committee. There's so much important work that you all do. Is there any concern that these sorts of exchanges can create a distraction for the actual work that has to get done? How can we expect, or when can we expect to get some clapback legislation?
Well, we're not going to get any legislation out of this committee. And actually, I shouldn't say it that way, because earlier this week, I absolutely did get something out of this committee. Of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene did not vote for my legislation, which was valuable legislation to make sure that our service members are able to hopefully keep their spouses with them as they are deployed. So spouses of service members that actually work for the federal government, basically, I have legislation that allows for reasonable accommodations so that it's not a matter of mom needs to stay here while dad goes there. Instead, mom and dad can be together. And of course, the party of family values and the Marjorie Taylor Greenes of the world voted against it. I will say that this did come out of committee in a bipartisan way. And so hopefully we can get that onto the floor, and hopefully we can get that to the president's desk. But overall, it has been nothing but a sideshow. And honestly, Marjorie is always in the middle of the controversy. If you'll recall, she's the one that brought pornographic photos to the committee. It has been nonsense the entire time.
All the smoke, and she's ready for it. Democratic Representative Jasmine Crockett of Texas, thank you for your time as always.
Woo, we gotta talk. Leo, you're up.
I will say I like this gentleman. He is a defense attorney by trade. He was an analyst on MSNBC, and now they have given him a platform. This has been recently that he's been given. So I like this dude. He cute too. But anyway, what we do see is that they're not getting no work done in the House.
Right.
And that is the thing that bothers me the most about what transpired between Marjorie Taylor Greene and Jasmine Crockett, is because they doing the culture wars and they doing the trolling right there in the seat of the House. And it is unfortunate. And when Michelle Obama say, when they go low, we go high, well, I give it up to Jasmine Crockett, because when they go low, she take it to the floor. And I do understand her point when she says that she can't allow herself to sit there docile, because she represents a whole district that voted her in that look like her, and she just cannot let the assaults and the disrespect just ride. It has to come a point when you do have to say something. And when she called a point of order, she did not directly insult Marjorie Taylor Greene the way Marjorie Taylor Greene directly assaulted her. And I will give it up to AOC. She did come through with support of another sister. And I like how they rock. And I get that. But I will love it when our politics go back to boring and people argue at the seat of the House, and on the floor they argue policy. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene did not come there to talk about Merrick Garland, which what is what they were supposed to be there to talk about.
Right.
She pulled something on her backside about some old other ish, and that's what got the thing started.
Messy.
And I don't like it. Everything in politics has to be a trolling war, and you got to be hurling insults. And my politics don't rock like that. I really want boring politics where I can focus on policy. I can see who got what coming out. I can see who supports it, and it not be muddied and messy with all this dumb stuff.
Right.
And I'm totally over it. They do not get anything done in the House. I think they only signed like 27 bills this whole congressional session. And usually the House puts out 100 bills. I mean, nothing has been done for the American people, which the House of Representatives is 435 seats. Y'all supposed to be doing something for the people. And y'all not doing nothing but this BS.
Messy.
I'm over it.
Yeah. Thank you, Leo. Q, thank you so much for the super chat. Listen, this is a new era. When they go low, we go on with Chris Brown versus Quavo. Thank you so much, Q, for the super chat. I appreciate you. In my opinion, you're up.
I think this is the problem that we're having. So many people have felt emboldened that they don't have to shut their mouth. They can just say whatever they want to say, and you're just supposed to take it like some nasty tasting medicine. And what Jasmine did was stood up on business and said, no, I'm not going to let you sit here and talk about me being unintelligent. You dish out insults at me and then say you're not going to apologize. What she did was try to offend her on purpose and then try to slide away, say, oh, yeah, you could take the words away, but I won't apologize. Which means you meant every word you said. So when Jasmine said what she said, she stood on business and meant every word she said. You was a bleach blonde, bad bush body. And I support her totally. Because here's the thing. For far too long, we had to sit down and take it. And we see what that's got us. We got us a Diddy and a JC. I'm tired of, for far too long, Black women have had to sit there and take it. And we shouldn't have to sit there and take it now. So if you can dish it out, you can take it.
Thank you, in my opinion. Katrina, you're up.
Well, the trolling started with our previous president. Instead of them taking care of business, they were at a trial watching this man be indicted again or going through a trial for doing something illegal. If they was taking care of business, people would be in a better stance than what they are now. We got Tuberville up there that's up there worrying about this man, but you got people in Alabama that can't even afford broadband and you voted against it. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene over Georgia, and what are you doing for Georgia? I don't know who in the heck. I don't know what Georgia is thinking. Why in the heck did y'all voted that woman into office? That woman is an idiot. I'm sorry if anybody feel offended, but she's a total idiot. And everything that she says, she's all for Trump. Trump walked right past you like you didn't even exist. But you going all up for this man. That man walked past you like you didn't exist because one thing about it, you're not pretty enough for him. So he's not going to pay you no attention. She's an idiot, and I'm glad that AOC and Crockett stood their grounds. She thought that she could say what she wanted to say and get away with it, and it didn't work this time. She got laughed at. She got T-shirts made about her. So she need to take every grain of salt that she got right now. And when I'm not going to apologize. Of course you're not going to apologize because you don't have a sense enough to apologize. And I'm glad they got T-shirts on her and everything. So she's getting her just dessert while she's up there defending Trump, because it's never going to stop as long as that man try to get back into office. He is the most I've never seen anybody insult people the way he does and people still vote for him. This is totally ridiculous. This man do not respect the military, but y'all want to get this man back up in office. He wanted the general to go out and
I want to
pow
circle back, Katrina. I want to circle back to this incident. I don't really want to do politics.
I'm just saying, but it's not going to get no better as long as he's around. That's all I got.
Thank you. Felicia, you're up.
Okay. I got a point of funny. Hold on. So I'm going to call for clarification. And those of y'all who know, because most of the panel ain't going to know, but those of y'all who know, who in that session looked like Ric Flair that put you in the mind of Ric Flair? The wrestler.
You funny.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
You sure did, Leo.
Felicia, you're up.
It's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. So the streets have been there, what they say, the fish rots from the head down. So we're looking at what the last 8 years has brought about. And what I found very distasteful was how the men were treating the request with, just hush down, women, hush down, pull yourselves together versus what is the rule of law? How are we going to conduct a meeting? what is the process? What is due process?
Right.
And that kind of got lost in there. But hopefully they'll figure out how to work together so that the rest of the country doesn't continue to suffer. I don't know about where the rest of you live, but we're not doing so well over here. All right, I'm done.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Julius, you're up.
Steve, you skip E.
Oh, did I? Oh, E. I'm sorry. I'll come back to you.
Oh, no, Julius can go.
Okay, Julius, and then I'll come back to E. Go ahead.
Listen, cousin said what we was all thinking. Bleach blonde, bad build, botch body. She said what we all thinking. All that CrossFit she doing didn't pay off. And she looked like a man. Let's just call it what it is. Yeah, I'm proud of AOC. I may not agree with her all the time, but in this, I salute her. And she said, how we say at the cookouts and stuff, baby girl, please don't play. Because if you want to do that, trust and believe, we can do that. And you will lose. And I love the subtle way how cousin Jasmine asks. Now, I just want some clarification. How this and that. And she just slid it right up in there. Even though I love me some Michelle Obama, but it's about time these idiotic, narcissistic fools be put in their place. About dang time. Because she stood with Jasmine. That's why I'm saluting her. It's about time.
Thank you, Julius. E, you're up.
Marjorie is problematic, and the people of Georgia should not reelect her. I don't live in her district. I don't live in District 14, but I used to. There's a lot of problems there as far as education. Food is very high. The roads, there are a lot of potholes. There are a lot of things that we need to be working on, especially when it comes to women's rights and the things going on, because the county I used to live in is DeKalb. Now, what I will say, she is trash, she is racist, and she is uninformed of the political issues she was voted in to manage. The fact that she said on film and added 3 times, I will not apologize. I am not going to apologize. I won't apologize. That's what she said. This was supposed to be, in my opinion, a humiliation ritual because Marjorie had just left that Trump hearing, and because this is what Trump does. He turns everything into a reality show, and Trump is gearing up his efforts to recruit Black and Hispanic men for votes in November. And I'm not going to get on the politics diva, but I have to say, the Trump campaign understands that there is a divide between Black men and women, and he is planning to play up on that, and especially in the next few months. Marjorie was looking for a viral moment after hanging out with Trump, but she didn't plan on the reverse Uno from Jasmine to where we are no longer talking about the lashes, because that's what it was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be how this woman who looks like Marjorie got one over on a woman that looks like Jasmine, and that was supposed to end there. But we're not talking about that. Now we're talking about the blonde hair and the butch body. And I understand speaking up for yourself, and I do think it was important for the people in Jasmine's district to, if they're cheering her on for that, kudos for that. I understand it's important to stand up for yourself, but be clear. There are a lot more people who are blonde haired and butch body who are going to see this as a negative, because in this country, they're trying to reverse it and say people are looking down on people who are not Black, and they're trying to make that needs to be protected. White needs to be protected. But anyways, when Marjorie said the comment about the fake eyelashes, the way she said it, I felt it was something she couldn't wait to say, and something which she had probably repeated before about other Black women. It was personal. It was racially motivated. And the other night, it was mentioned how the Black and brown communities need to stick together. And I must say, I'm in agreement with Julius. I could not have been more proud of AOC. That's my girl from the Bronx. Everybody knows when a Puerto Rican woman says, oh, baby girl, oh, it's on. It's on. because Black women are not the only women who wear lashes. Puerto Rican women are not the only ones who wear lashes. White women wear some of the most makeup, hair extension, and false eyelashes. And if you didn't know, you better ask somebody. This is why it is so offensive when Black men publicly come on YouTube and other social media platforms and criticize Black women for our nails, our hair, and our eyelashes, so on and so forth. We get enough of that in the outside world, and especially in corporate America, inside our very own community, where we are the most educated and the highest earning. We do not deserve that at all. And last thing, when Jasmine said we're not going to get any legislation out of this committee, I thought that was deplorable. And I thought it was very, very sad. These people get paid upwards of $180,000 a year, and they only work 3 days a week. 3 days a week. Where in this country, besides doing OnlyFans and scheming like Simon Gubadia, can you only get up 3 days a week and make almost $200,000? They don't even work a full year. 3 days a week. And you're supposed to be voting on policies that are supposed to be bettering the lives of your constituents. This country, because somebody, and I have to go back to that Black and brown communities thing. Black and brown communities, our numbers are growing and our streets are terrible. Terrible. And we elect these people. Even if you don't vote, you elect these people by not voting. You elect these people by not running for office, by not encouraging our very best to go out and serve their community. We elect these people who are of no use to us by saying voting doesn't matter. It does matter. That's why you have all of those people sitting around in that room, mostly males, who can get away with doing nothing and getting paid at a minimum $200-something thousand a year on top of whatever side hustles they have going on. I think that Donald Trump is the worst thing that ever happened to this country. And I don't want whatever happened with Marjorie and Jasmine to turn into another culture war and distracts us from the work which still needs to be done. Because when you say, I think it was Leo, that they only signed 24 pieces of legislation. Is that what I heard you say, Leo?
I want to say yes.
Yes, it was 27. They only signed 27 bills.
We're going into the 6th month of the year. Half the year is gone. You've only signed 24 pieces of it's unacceptable. They are robbing us blind and then sending the money elsewhere. We need to be conscious of what is going on, and we need to make sure that when we make the decision that we're not going to vote, we know what that means. I don't care if you have to write somebody's name in there. You have a vote, you need to use it, because this was deplorable on all ends. And I feel bad that Jasmine had to defend herself. I'm happy that she did, but I still think that is going to come with consequences.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, right? LV said that. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. She said, "E, damn it, you hit this out of the park." Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. And Wayne is saying, yeah, the salary $174K probably to start. And doing us no justice, but having a fight. And you see, the one guy was up there. He cracked up when she said that. He was laughing. It was like it was Hulu.
Because it's true. She said what we all been thinking.
That was Jamie Raskin. And I will say this: the chair of the committee is Comer, and Comer don't even know what he doing, and he the chair of the committee. So keep that in mind when we say they ain't doing nothing for us.
It's a shame. It's really, really sad. Tay, you're up.
I say I'll applaud for Jasmine. How you pronounce her name? Last name, Diva
Crockett.
Yes, ma'am. For put that woman in her place right there. There you go, right there. And this right here, Diva, you know this TV, between those two women, you know what the TV show remind me of, Diva?
What?
Jerry. That's what it remind me of, Diva, between those two women right there. That's all, Diva.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Savannah, you're up.
Finally, a topic that I absolutely enjoy. First of all, I applaud Jasmine for trademarking the t-shirts. I can't wait to have the coffee mug, the mouse pad. I am excited. Every time I see Crockett speaking, I am excited about the future of this young lady. Unfortunately, Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of the leading conspiracy theorists in Congress now. And there is no congressional district. She is up for election this year. However, there's no congressional districts in Georgia that are going to be competitive come in November. So we're going to be stuck with her. Nobody's challenging her. We're going to have her again for the next administration. So Marjorie will be around. And that's why she's acting. She's revved up her antics. I of course follow politics, and there used to be her and her girl Goldberg, but Goldberg, because her hands have been busy, will definitely be out next year. And plus, she has to focus on getting her son out of jail. But the Republican Party is also sick and tired of Marjorie's antics, but they need her to cause these kind of disruptions in the House committee floors and things like that, because the last motion that she put in was to remove the Speaker of the House, and that one, although Speaker Johnson is not one that is favorable, and he was like the lowest of the barrel that they could put up there, but she did pass a motion to remove him, and they decided to table it till more this summer. But Republican Party does call her a waste of time and a horrible leader. I enjoy this. I watch this almost all day, what's going on in the committee floors. And there are currently 13 bills and resolutions that affect us as regular Americans every day, from a federal prison oversight bill that they're supposed to be arguing that because they're arguing amongst themselves, have not come to resolution. Transportation acts are also out there, but our lawmakers are not talking about this, and this is why it's so important, especially in our communities, to get out there and vote. As soon as you turn of age, make sure, because they're counting on you not to show up or get tired of waiting in line. And when I say they, I mean the other side. And I'm not talking about a complexion of a skin or lack of pigmentation. I'm talking about the other side. And I'm not on either or, but I think voting is one of our most fundamental rights that we have in this country. And the elections that matter the most are the ones in your community. So
You broke up. Are you still there? Can everyone else hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Diva.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yes, we hear you.
We lost Savannah. Dustin, you're up.
Diva, I think voting is a right that everybody should have, and I think that everybody has a right to vote who they want to vote in. But I'm not very big into politics, but I do know a lot about politics. But I don't follow politics like everybody else does. But I do have a lot of stuff about. I don't think that Marjorie Taylor Greene should be allowed back in
the office.
Oh, okay. Oh, sure.
Because I don't agree with what she's doing so far, Diva, because she tried to remove the Speaker of the House. This is her second time to remove him, and we've already had earlier this year we had another speaker get removed, and we couldn't do anything without the Speaker of the House, Diva. So if she removed the House Speaker, we would be in the same boat we was in before. And that's just my opinion on that, Diva. And I think that everybody has a right to vote. Has a right to vote in their for the district. I don't think that Marjorie Taylor Greene should be allowed back in the office.
I appreciate you. Lorraine, I'm gonna tell you this. You know us, you know me and you. We don't always be on the same car, but I'm with you on this one. I am. I'm with you on this one. She said, I have to be honest, although the shade was funny and Crockett stood up for herself, I will admit I don't like the words she used on the comeback. And I will agree with you on that. I didn't like it either. Yeah, I didn't like it. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. Didn't like it. I think she could have used some other words. And I thought it offended, it potentially offended a group of people. And I didn't like the words either.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
Very briefly, 10 seconds. The reason why I said it's going to have consequences is because the image that is going to be put forward in the media is a white woman and a black woman going back and forth. That's the last thing we need right now. Because as women, we need to come together and stay united, because what's coming up in November is something so massive, and we all need to get on one accord. And I do think we will need the support of each and every woman, every color, because it's something so detrimental right around the corner. So that's why I understand why she spoke up, but I wish the words would have been different. And I'll leave it there.
Yeah, Lorraine, I feel that way too. I think she alienated a group of her constituents. Yeah, it was. The thing is, I know many people, the statement of when they go low, we go high. It's a loaded statement with some good advice. I'll just say that, right? And you said the eyelashes offended a group of people too. I think it's different though. I think it's different. And I'm being in all seriousness here. Yeah, got a kiki and a ha-ha and a laugh. But when you're on a certain level, too much is given, much is required. And all I could say is, Lorraine, I do agree with you. And I just think I wish the words would have been different. That's all I gotta say to that. And I do get it, because you get to a point where you like, good gosh, enough is enough. Like, what are we doing here? This is crazy. This is insane. But you always got to figure out a way to kind of use your words. I'm gonna go right ahead and roll into this topic, brown eyes. That is true. That's why I try to leave it for last. I'm gonna roll right into this whole feel-good story. I really don't, and the reason why I picked this particular one is because right now, and I guess now with this other lawsuit, probably rightfully so, the city of New York is looking to take back the key that they gave Diddy. And I want to say in September, they gave him the key to the city, right? I don't know. I'm on the fence, and I still have to really sit down and have an internal conversation with self. I don't know how to feel about taking back people's previous awards and accolades once we find out that perhaps they committed a crime or they're deviant or what Diddy is currently going through. Do you go back and take, let's just say this person won 10 Grammys, some Emmys or whatever. Do you go back and take back everything they ever earned? once you find out said things about them. Let me go ahead and share this, which many of you probably already heard, this Reggie Bush story. Let's get into this, and then we'll
Reggie Bush. He's the former running back, and he's having a sit-down interview for the very first time about his Heisman Trophy returned to him after he had to forfeit it 14 years ago. We've talked about this story a lot. At the time, the NCAA claimed he'd taken improper payments, but since then, a lot has changed. All payments seem proper now when it comes to compensating college athletes. Bush spoke to Jamie Yuccas about that and what it means to finally, at last, have his Heisman Trophy back.
What was it like to hold that for the first time after all these years?
It was as heavy as I remembered. The first thing I did was pick it up. I was like, yep, it's still heavy.
This fight that you've been fighting for so long, what emotion came up through you?
You know what? I think when you've manifested this for so long, right? And you've been, I think, through the ups and the downs for so many years. I've cried over it. I have, but I feel like at this point I was just taking it in and just being happy and just enjoying the moment and just knowing that we did this.
A moment 14 years in the making as Reggie Bush, surrounded by family and his attorneys, reclaimed his Heisman Trophy Thursday at the Los Angeles Coliseum, the venue where the former USC Trojan years ago proved he was one of the best college football players in the country. Bush won the Heisman in 2005, but voluntarily forfeited it in 2010 after an NCAA investigation found he accepted gifts and cash from a would-be sports agent. Since, Bush has sued the organization for defamation, following a 2021 statement where the NCAA referred to his case as a pay-for-play type arrangement.
Pay for play seems to be a term that really bothers you.
Yep.
Why does that eat at you?
Because I was never paid to play. That never happened, ever. I was a broke college kid.
Bush told us after the allegations against him first surfaced in 2005, he went into a downward spiral and said his saving grace was getting drafted to play for the New Orleans Saints.
When I think I'm at my weakest point, and when I'm dealing with depression, fighting thoughts of suicide, there's an entire city there to embrace me and to lift me up and to give me an opportunity to go out once again to prove myself.
You're now fighting back against the NCAA. You filed a lawsuit of defamation. Now that you have this back and you've cleared your reputation, would you settle?
No.
Why?
No. Because it's about accountability.
This week, the Heisman Trust cited the NCAA's recent policy change, allowing players to profit from their name, image, and likeness in its decision to reinstate Bush's trophy. Still, Bush told us he's skeptical of the NIL rules.
College football is a multi-billion-dollar business, and the kids are the ones who the fans are paying to see. The kids are paying for the adults. They're paying for the president's contracts, the ADs, the head coaches who are now being paid tens of millions of dollars. Everybody's benefiting, but the kids. The NIL works for the star player of the team. That's it.
Now, as Bush awaits the conclusion of his lawsuit, he's looking forward to returning to USC next season. Once again, officially a Heisman winner.
There's a special tradition here at USC where former players get to lead the team out onto the field.
Yeah.
Will you do that this year?
100%. Absolutely.
What will that be like for you?
Nostalgic. It's going to be full circle. It's going to be crazy, amazing, exciting.
Your number 5 number has not been in the Coliseum.
Yep.
It's going to return.
Yep.
What will that mean to you to look up and see it on the wall?
Everything. It means everything. That's what I grinded for. That's the hard work and dedication that I put in on this football field, in that stadium, in the weight rooms, in the classrooms, everything that was asked of me, I did that.
Yeah, he sure did. And I could watch clips of him run. He's such a talented college running back, and not for
Still
nothing.
one of the best.
More than 10 years in the NFL. Yeah, very good to have his Heisman back in his hands. The NCAA, by the way, did not have any comment for this story.
Whew. Brown Eyes, I appreciate you. Diva, keep up the good work. These were good topics. It seems we are pretty much on the same page for the most part. And Brown Eyes, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. I want to go around 60 seconds. I'm on the fence. I don't know what to do when it comes to taking back someone's accolades. Leo, what are your thoughts?
On this one, Diva, I'm pretty much with you. I kind of feel like the accolades, especially when it comes to the Heisman Trophy or your Grammy Award or your Tony for your Broadway work, I kind of feel like that's a reflection of the work. When you start snatching stuff back, I'm not quite sure if that is I think it is performative when these people want to snatch these things back because it's a reflection of the work, not necessarily the character of the person. Now, getting the Diddy and him having the key to the city because he is such a what? Even when I watched the ceremony, only thing I heard is that he was such a great brother that came from where we came from. And maybe he was a great brother until you knew different. And then you say that, but you don't come back and snatch the award because I don't, or the accolade. I don't, every organization gives these awards based on whatever their criteria is to be able to get the award. And so unless there's a moral clause within those particular accolades that you have to be honest and not be a DV perpetrator and not be an SA perpetrator and not an SH perpetrator, you got all these clauses in these moral clauses in there. Yeah. Then how you gonna snatch it back? And because there is no perfect person when it comes to professionalism and art and people who have a personal niche that they carry through to get these awards. I don't know unless there's a moral clause. I'm kind of with you. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah,
nobody's perfect.
Yeah. In my opinion, 60 seconds.
I think when you showed your character to be somebody who abuses or misuse somebody, then yes, they should take all that stuff back.
Ooh, all right, got you. Katrina, you're up.
Okay, Diva, I have a question real quick. I know you said 60 seconds. What about the guy that was transgender that was on the swimming team and he won the awards and now they're taking them back from him? You know what I'm saying? But the thing I would say like this, why would you allow him to, even though he's turned himself to a woman, a supposed to be woman, why would you allow him to compete against women in the first place?
Right.
You allowed him to do it, then he won, and now you're taking the stuff back. You shouldn't have never allowed him to do it anyway, because regardless of the fact, a man have more stamina. Most men have way more stamina than women. So he couldn't win in his thing that he was, as just a male. So he was a transgender, so he ran into women. And he won his award, and they took it back from him, which I don't think he should have been allowed in there anyway, but they allowed him to do it. So it's like you said, that's a double-edged sword again. That's that catch-22. I don't know, but that's all I have, y'all. I'm just asking that question because it's confusing, but that's all I got.
Thank you. Felicia, you're up.
You know, I think awards are for the people who need them. And if you really need it because you want that kind of recognition and the people who are on the committee feel that you're worthy and they honor you with it, you should keep it for life. That's it. I don't want the key to the city. And I wouldn't want to get the key of the city from a criminal and an alleged SAA either.
That part, right.
So you can say, I'm going to give you the key to the city. And no, thank you. No, thank you. And this is the person who's now determining whether or not you're going to get to keep it. What's the value in it?
Yeah, you're talking. Tyler said, I don't care for Diddy, but they gave the key to the city to Fabulous. Who also committed DV too. If you taking it from one, take it back from all. Okay, now you're talking. That's an add to the conversation. I hear you. E, you're up.
Well, I say it's too many men giving other men the keys to rooms they shouldn't be in. I know the key doesn't open up anything, but it's a symbolic gesture and it's an insult. And I want to piggyback off of what Miss Felicia said, because um the thing which these men should be taking the most pride in is their wife and children. And they're taking pride in all of these accolades, these worldly possessions. And I'll use Diddy as an example. When Homeland Security came, he was nowhere to be found. The things which you should be taking pride in and which should be the greatest award of your life are your wife and your children. And these people who are setting up the deck and putting the categories together and getting people to vote on who should get what, it's all a scheme. It's a scheme because that's not the prize at all.
Yeah. Whew. Thank you, E. I appreciate you, Tay. 60 seconds.
Look at here. You can have the seed, but I'm going to have the reward. I'm going to keep my reward because I refuse you give me a key from that pup daddy who had the key on his hand. Man, fact, y'all might as well wipe it the key with some hand sanitizer. That's all.
Thank you, Julius. You're up.
If the colleges can take back all of Bill Cosby's accolades, the city of New York can take back the key. Take it back from Fabulous. Take it back from all of them. Because if they could do that to Bill Cosby, and he earned them as an honorary degrees and all of that so forth, they could take it back from Diddy.
Ooh, thank you, Savannah. 60 seconds.
You know, did he really earn the keys to the city? I recall that one of the only reasons that he got it was because he made a large donation to Mayor Adams' campaign fund. He did the same for Keisha Lance Bottoms in Atlanta, and they gave him a ceremony in Atlanta as well. Howard University gave him a doctorate. And Diddy is not a good speaker. He lacks critical thinking skills, and I don't know. I don't even think he earned it. These were bought, and I say give them back. Take them from him. He didn't earn it. He has done nothing to serve his community, regardless of whether he's in New York, LA, or Miami. I say he didn't earn them. Take them back. He bought.
Thank you, Savannah. I appreciate you. Wayne, 60 seconds.
I don't know too much about this, but I do believe if someone gets an award, for any achievement that they've done, they need to keep it, because when you try to take an award, it's like trying to undo what they did. Okay. How many people still call Vanessa Williams Miss America, and they took her crown and she got it back? And it wasn't fair when they did it then.
Right.
So they're trying to undo that she was Miss America.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't do that. Whatever they've done, whatever is there. It's part of history.
Thank you. Raheem, thank you for the rapid fire opinion there. Okay. He said, late to the train, but rapid fire opinion. Kelly wasn't messy to me. AOC, Green, and Crockett should take their job more seriously. Shame on all of them. I hear you. And start giving out keys to the city so freely. I hear that. Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here. It was a good show tonight. Some great topics. If y'all didn't hit the like button coming in, hit the like button going now. Come on, let the people know, Raheem. Don't cheat the diva. Listen, guys, happy Tuesday. Have a good night. I'll see y'all tomorrow night for trending topics. And Diddy is done. You know what? If they can't get him on criminal charges, they're going to empty out that bank account. He's getting case after case after case. And I do believe by the time 50 Cent finished that documentary, he's going to be up underneath a jail or crawl up underneath a rock first. Anyway, guys, good night and goodbye. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.
Do not cheat the diva, always write down.